How's it going, guys? Spectre here, and this is actually a topic that, well, it's getting a lot of play today, and that's net neutrality. Today is April 12th, Net Neutrality Day, a day in which people all over, really the United States, but all over the world come together to voice their opposition to what is going on right now. And what's going on right now is that the United States, the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, is attempting to once again bypass net neutrality. They attempted this back in 2014, if I remember correctly, with two laws, SOPA and PIPA, which would have removed net neutrality. And right now, they're attempting to do the same thing with the Restoring Internet Freedom Act, a duplicitously named act that would strip the rights of the customer, the consumer, and give it to the ISPs, the internet service providers, the big companies that run internet service throughout the country. Now, this is a huge issue for everybody involved, not just the people who are playing games, the content creators on YouTube and Twitch. It's not just that. It affects everybody who uses the internet, from Timmy using Wikipedia to do science projects. Don't use Wikipedia for that, by the way. To Granny looking for a new crochet pattern. Everybody will be affected by this. Now, what is net neutrality? Net neutrality is the principle that everything, all content, all applications should be available without added penalties or added fees being required. In essence, it means that the ISPs do not control what you can see and what you can do on the internet. And this is a pretty significant thing for us. In the United States, we have become almost laughably, in many instances, the last bastion of free speech. What does that mean? Well, you look at Europe. They have laws on the books that will actually penalize you for wrong speech, for wrong thought. You post something against the Muslim immigration, the refugees coming in, and suddenly you find the German police banging on your door arresting you. Or you post a joke video like Count Dankula did, where he, through Pavlovian influence, was able to turn his girlfriend's dog into a, quote, Nazi, unquote. And he's facing up to a year in jail in Scotland for this. For a joke. Seriously, a fucking joke. But the United States has been doing very well in maintaining freedom of speech. 2 weeks ago, the Canadian Supreme Court ruled that they have the right, that the nation of Canada, their courts have the right to block search results via Google, no matter where those search results might be. For example, Canada might decide this site cannot be seen. We do not allow this to happen. And you could be in Morocco, look for that site, and Google has to block it. The Canadian Supreme Court ruled that the Canadian courts have the right to prevent you from being able to see something, even if you're not under Canada's jurisdiction. It's absolutely abysmal. It's infuriating. But the United States, as I have said, has been very good about curbing such excesses of government influence. So why is this such a huge issue? If this goes through, this will allow ISPs to determine what you can see without penalty and what you might have to pay an extra fee to do. For example, Spectrum, also formerly known as Time Warner Cable, runs its own video streaming service. They could feasibly shut off access, throttle access, or make you pay more in order to see their competitors. But you wouldn't be penalized for watching their stuff. This is a hypothetical, by the way. It's not a guarantee. Alternatively, game companies such as Electronic Arts could pay a small fee or a relatively large fee to some of these ISPs and throttle your connection to Steam or to World of Warcraft and force you to play on their service, cutting you off from what you have legitimately purchased and your ability to be entertained by the games you enjoy. This is a possibility. Once again, it's a hypothetical situation, and it's unacceptable. Now, as I stated previously, this happened before. and with SOPA and PIPA, and the United States, citizens of the United States from all walks of life, all political leanings, all thought patterns rose up against it. We had help for people outside the United States, content creators. We have the ability to stop this, and it's important that we do, because the internet truly is, if there is one place that is a bastion of free speech, it is the internet. And if that is taken away from us, it's only a matter of time before we find that we can't listen to Philip DeFranco, to Tim Pool, hell, even to PewDiePie. Content creators could be, well, they could find themselves suddenly strapped. Suddenly they can't even put out stuff for fun because it's being throttled, it's being stopped. We have the right as grown individuals not living in communist fucking China to determine for ourselves what we want to watch, what we want to see, and the like. And nobody has the right to take that from us, especially companies. I'm going to link to a couple of sites in the description for this video concerning this. And I'm going to link to Total Biscuit's video because he gives some great insight into what net neutrality is and why this is a huge issue. But I hope you will join us in standing against what the FCC is attempting to do, what the government has attempted to do several times. We cannot allow this to happen. We must take a stand together. So with that, I'm Spectre, and I'm out.